Right, typically would not do like an unboxing video, but this is a pretty cool setup. So this is a misting system that I picked up on Amazon. It's $24.99 for a 50-foot system, and it's kind of cool because you can actually just cut it to the length you need it to be. So this setup is super comprehensive. You've got your 50-foot hose, hooks into a water hose, and it comes with everything you need to just put these little misters along the way. So you cut your line where you need it, you feed it in one side, feed it in the other, and it mists out the end there. It's not focusing. Comes with these little clips to clip it on stuff. That's probably not going to be for my application. A little cutter so you can cut the water line. Instructions are pretty minimal, but it looks like the setup is pretty minimal, so that makes sense. So the donkeys and Albert, well, Albert kind of likes the sprinkler system that I set up out there, but not so much this year. So I was thinking about this misting, like these misting things, like you see at like a water park or something, like to cool people off. Little less pressure, maybe just some cool water because we've got some really hot weather coming again. So pick this up, and I'm just going to run it along the fence line and just see if maybe they'll stand near the fence line and cool off. I figured for 25 bucks, you know, how can it hurt? There's some argument that a wet horse is a hotter horse. I'm sure that carries over to donkeys and mules, but you know, everybody's got an opinion. So I think some cool mist might be just what they want. But I got this and I opened it up and I'm like, I got to show everybody because it's like super simple, super cheap, but doesn't feel cheap. And, you know, even if I get a season out of it, really cool. And I'm just going to put a mister at a couple of the fence posts for the electric fence and just see if that works. I don't know. And maybe you could even attach it to the electric fence, I guess, if you really wanted to. But I'm just going to play around with it and see what it looks like. All right, well, there you have it. Looks like this will probably be a work in progress. So instead of going to multiple fence posts like I planned on, I just did a long vertical run of these misters. Well, basically you cut the tubing and you just compression fit that right in there, and just have them kind of angled in different directions here. And I ran the line over to my hydrant. It's on full blast and it's doing fine. There's not a lot of water coming out, and so far nobody's looked at it. We'll see if anybody indulges, but you can see the mist here and the little rainbow it's making. So assuming they're going to come over here, these twists, I don't know if that makes the water, I guess doesn't really do much there. But after I got it all set up, I thought, you know, I could have done that at the run-in. I could have run it on the ground over there and actually made it so that it was along the top of the entry and gave him a little cool down. But hindsight, you know how that goes. It's not a big deal, you just change it. What I will say is, if you're like me, I only started with like 2 of these little sprayers. There's a little end fitting that you plug in the bottom here, and that doesn't really want to come out of the compression fitting once you have it in there, but you can pull the water line out pretty easy if you just hold on to the compression fitting with your thumb and pull it out, which is, you know, how you would expand it. The end's always going to be the end anyway. So I had these all kind of pointing a different way, and I thought they were going to spray farther than they do. So I think what I'm going to do is just go through, and you can see there that if you open that up a lot, it definitely just drains, so we don't want that. But yeah, I mean, I'm standing here, the phone's getting wet. And I was afraid it was going to be too much water coming out, but it doesn't seem like it is. I was hoping that one of these little buggers would come over and look at it, but the wind is blowing, obviously, the water away from the paddock, but that's not always the case. So we'll see. I don't know if they're going to like it or not, but I kept it away from their actual fountain. because I didn't want to scare anybody away from drinking, of course. It's really pretty quiet. I don't even know if you can hear it anymore. I can barely hear it while I'm standing here. So we'll see if anybody decides to come over to it. Maybe I'll grab the treats and force them to come over with some treats. Keeping the water line off of the electric fence, obviously, because you don't want to electrify the water. I don't know that the current would really move through there at all, but God forbid you make them scared. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Anything we can do to keep them cool, right? So yeah, because I'm impatient, I'm moving them over here. We'll see if we get a couple happy participants. Hey guys, yeah, come here. You gotta come into the spray. Come on, be brave. Come on, who wants a treat? Come get it. Come on. Well, we got some babies here. What do you think, Benjamin? Sorry if I'm making you seasick. I can't leave this thing in there. I'll crush it. You guys see the spray? Come on. Come on in. Here, buddy. Who's gonna get it? So far, nobody seems bothered, but it's pretty easy when you got treats right there. Look at this guy. Birthday boy. Ooh, that was my finger, buddy. And that's why we don't do treats with visitors. Alright, well, there's the spray. They don't seem too bothered in a negative way. So, now that they've been here, we'll see. We'll see if they go berserk with it or ignore it completely. Oh, here comes Albert. Albert doesn't even mind the sprinkler, so I don't think he'll mind. Let's get him a treat. I can definitely feel the mist on there. Hey, buddy, come over here. Right here, bud. Here. Here. Turn your head, sir. Does that feel good on you? I can see it hitting you. What do you think? Yeah. That fence post is leaking, huh? You guys already had plenty. You silly willies. I can feel the moisture on their forehead. Oops, sorry, I stepped right in the eyeball. So, definitely getting them a little moist. Not a lot, just a little. That's kind of what I was shooting for. And we'll see. Maybe they'll hang out there and cool off. I'm not sure. It's only about 88 today, so it's not super hot, but we have a heat advisory for tomorrow, so it'll probably be more important. So I'll follow back up with you, see if they indulge after the treats are gone. Hey, buddy. Just do one more quick follow-up here. Now, they're standing over here because I had the treats a second ago, as you saw. But from this angle, you can really see the amount of spray coming out. And it is going all the way over to the sides. All the way to just about right there. You can't really see it without the sun. Let's see if I squat down if you can see it better. That's a little better, right? So, yeah, I mean, the way I installed it's not perfect. I mean, you got your own deal, obviously, that you're going to do. But it's definitely providing a little bit of cool mist out here. Like I said, for 25 bucks, if you can keep them cool in a heat wave or something, it's always a good thing. I originally had all the little sprayers facing different directions, and I just turned them so they're straight. What do you say, Albert? Not bad? Not bad? You're gonna be soaked. Albert's our mule if you're new here. And I literally put it together just using what was in the box, so it's got some just little zip ties. I did 3 of them together to get around the fence posts. Kind of a temporary, there's a lot prettier job you could do. I didn't know if it was going to work, so I wasn't going to put the time into it and see, but there you go. There is a Amazon, well, sold on Amazon mister, and For 25 bucks, like I said, I'm pretty darn pleased on that. So hope it helps you guys. Again, like and subscribe. It always helps us to have everybody watching our channels and everything else. And we are not sponsored by any of the products that we talk about. It's just stuff we found that works for you, but we'll try to put a link on the post somewhere so you can at least get to it. We tried once with our bug zapper to do an affiliate program with Amazon, and it totally flopped. So but at least then you'll know how to find the thing. So all right, good luck everybody, stay cool. All right, here's the conclusion you've all been waiting for. I'm going to call it a win. Albert has now chased off everybody who has tried to stand at the mister. Sorry if I made you seasick. And he is just standing there loving life, soaking up all the cool water. There's a fan inside their barn that you might be able to hear going in the background, so there's some cool spots for him, but he is loving life over there by that mister. So for the win. So give it a try. What do you have to lose, right? Couldn't help but do another follow-up. This is the first time they've gone over there without Albert to knock him out of the way. Females are in heat, so there's all kinds of weird stuff going on. I would say 100% win. Yep, calling it 100% win.